Let's face it, guys, that game against Kairat Almaty in the Champions League was a nice little morale boost, but it did nothing to cure the aches and pains we endured against Atletico Madrid last week in La Liga. Madrid are now back in La Liga and we are facing off against Villareal. And this is going to be a very, very tough game that Madrid must win. So early in the season, and it is already a must-win game because now Barcelona are number one. We are sitting in second place, 1 point behind Barcelona, and Villareal are behind us in the third position, right? So this is going to be a tough game that we really need to see Xabi Alonso come out there and bring out the best team. And we also need to see these players now perform and to prove themselves that they can win this game, they can win La Liga, and that last week was just a one-off. It was just a glitch in a so far good start to the season, right? But Barcelona are continuing their form from last season, winning their games, playing well, and if we want to truly challenge them, we need to win games like this, right? We need to be able to bounce back after an upset like we had last week, and we need to prove that we are true contenders for this La Liga this season, right? And we are, but this is now the test because we failed last week against Atletico Madrid miserably, and then now this is the next test over here. So Kairat Almaty in the Champions League was once again nice little morale boost along the way, but now this game against Villareal is not going to be easy, and we need to see our players actually show up and actually prove that once again last week was just a blip on the journey, but they are up for this and they are up for challenging all the way, right? So yeah, Villareal this season playing very, very well, but Madrid playing better and improving week in, week out, bar last week. What's going to be interesting, as always, is going to be the formation and the starting lineup that Xabi Alonso decides to go with. We saw him change the formation completely from like what was working into like a 4-4-2 last week against Atletico Madrid, and it did not work. And also the substitutions and the tactical changes he made in that game did not work. And then against Kairat Almaty, we saw him going back to what has been working this season, our dynamic 4-3-3, having Güler in an attacking midfield position, and then having our two pivots, and having Ono there helping out both in defense and in attack, right? So I'm thinking that we are going to go for that dynamic 4-3-3 against Villareal. And now the interesting thing is actually going to be who is going to start. I would actually be interesting to know like what you guys think. So let me know in the comments. For myself, I think this might actually be a game for once now for Rodrigo to start. I thought he would have started in the Champions League game midweek because he started in the first Champions League game we had, right? But he didn't. So I'm thinking that he will start in this game because he came on in the Champions League and he performed very, very well. Some good things, some bad things as well. But he showed us what he can offer, right? Linking up with Mbappe, linking up with the midfield, and getting past players, right? So if we maybe have now Rodrigo left wing, Mbappe, of course, and then Ono back, deservedly so, in that right wing position. Even with Brahim scoring the fifth goal and everything, Ono, that's still his spot. And once again, keeping that 4-3-3 position and not having this 4-2-2 where we have now midfielders in those wide positions, right? So if we have the 4-3-3, then we have Güler behind, of course, in that attacking midfield position. And then now it's going to be who are our pivots. Chouameni, of course, is going to start. And now who's going to partner him? Is it going to be Valverde? Is it going to be Ceballos? Is it going to be Camavinga, right? And there's been a lot of noise about Valverde these last few days. But yeah, which we all know is not true. You know, Valverde would never refuse to play. As much as us fans can know, yeah. Just knowing what we know about Valverde always wants to play. So that's not an issue, right? But if we're talking about actually form, Valverde should be benched again in this game. Or maybe filling in at right back position, right? So that's going to be down to Xabi Alonso, what he chooses to do. But I would like to see in that midfield position with Tchouaméni, either Ceballos, because he started 3 games this season and he's been exceptional from my perspective. Or you play not Tchouaméni, you play Camavinga. Because the games he's come on now, we've seen him being very effective in that pivot position, right? And then Valverde either wants to get on the bench or you put him in right back position, right? Because it's really about, we need to play the best players, right? The players who are performing the best at the current moment, right? So Valverde hasn't started the season well. Bellingham still coming back from injury and didn't perform well against Atletico Madrid. So play the players who are performing good, right? And play them in their positions. Luckily, in this game, we have Militao back. The knock he got against Atletico Madrid was just out for like a couple of days. But yeah, we'll have Militao back. Probably partnering Hausen, and then Carreras I'm sure will come back now into left back position, and then now we have, for example, either Asensio in that right back position or maybe Valverde in that right back position. But we haven't seen Valverde so far right now in that right back position. We saw him at right wing back in 1 game, I believe. But yeah, otherwise we haven't really seen Valverde playing in that right back position. So yeah, he might not be an option. So we have Asensio there, right? But play that 4-3-3. That's what I'm expecting. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as well, make sure to subscribe to the video so that we can continue to make you more and more videos on this channel and give you all the tips. I'll give you all the information and about Real Madrid and what's going on with Real Madrid. All right, guys. So I will see you on the next video.